today's FDP. Dr. Suyash is working as an assistant professor in Computer Science and Engineering Department of Faculty of Engineering Technology. And I should say that he is one of the strongest pillar in our department. He is keenly involved in each and every work of the department. He did his BTech, MTech, and then PhD in Computer Science. His PhD was in the field of wireless sensor network. Nowadays, he's working in data science and machine learning. Recently, he was awarded by IBM as a data science expert certificate. He has represented Uttarakhand as a state coordinator for Uttarakhand Student CSI chapter. He is also NPTEL central point of contact for this faculty. And I would like to say all the participants that in this FDP, he has devoted days and nights to make this FDP a success. And all the work of the department he is doing with full dedication. Without him, we cannot even think of moving a single paper from here and to there. And technically also he is very sound, interested to learn new things all the time and deliver very inspiring talks. So I welcome Dr. Suyash with us, and the platform is open for you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for this opportunity for being the part of this FDP. And sir, am I audible?
नहीं आ रही है सर. Yeah, to read.
I will start with my presentation today. A very good afternoon to all of you. Myself, Dr. Suyash Bhardwaj, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science and Engineering, Faculty of Engineering and Technology, Gurukul Kangri Vishwavidyalaya, Haridwar. I hope you are safe and healthy at your home, and you must have learned many great applications of blockchain till date in this FDP. Before I begin, let's understand what design is not. We will have these topics covered in this presentation: what is design thinking, why it is required, phases of design thinking process, and applications of design thinking. And we will do one exercise in the last also. So let's understand what design is not. Design is not aesthetics. Design is not an event. Design is not a product. Design is not an experience. What design is then? Design is a process. And design thinking is a human-centered approach to innovation that draws from the designer's toolkit to integrate the need of people, the possibilities of technology, and the requirement of business success. In short, we can say that design thinking is a human-centric approach for problem solving. So I hope you will be getting the glimpses of various types of designs and various type of problems which we face in the real world. So to understand that, first of all, we have to understand the requirement of this term and this concept, design thinking. So let's see why it is required. We will start with an easy example. Can anyone type in the chat and tell me what is wrong in this picture? Put your comments in the chat, and can anyone tell me what is wrong in this picture? Yes, there are no walls. Very good. Very keen observation. And he is still locking the door. So we have looked at the problem in this picture. We have found out that there are no walls and he is still locking the door. So you all are going to be a design expert today, and I guess that your observation is going to be checked in this presentation also. So we will have another picture. Can anyone type in the chat or unmute yourself and tell us what is wrong in this picture? A more design thinker, a better learner can easily find out the mistake in this picture. Can anyone? Yes, door is open from top. Very good. Anyone else? No, door is locked actually. The door has a lock in it, but the design is not proper. Gate is more like a ladder. Very good, Dipankar. Uh, this door can be crossed by anyone who has legs. So that is a wrong design, a poor design. Now what's wrong in this picture? Anyone can climb and then cross it. Very good. Now tell us what is wrong in this picture. Yes, staircase not ending at the door. Actually, we have to take a leap of faith to cross this staircase. I hope you will enjoy this picture. Steps not constructed properly. Very good. No doors. Yes, yes, yes. There are so many design thinkers with us in this FDP. So we have to take a leap of faith to climb the upstairs. Let's see another example. Can anyone tell what is wrong in this picture? Concentrate on the stairs. Ending into wall. Very good. Yes, these are the stairs to nowhere. Heading into wall, no entry, ending to wall. Very good replies. Yes, these are the poor designs. That is why we need thinking and we need a proper design thinking to address the problems. So these were the some examples of poor design. Let's see another example in which I will not ask you anything. Just look at the picture and say what is wrong in this picture or what is right in this picture. Now you have to be attentive and concentrate on the picture and try to find the problem as well as the solution. They both are in this picture. Very good. Which one is hot and which one is cold? No one can understand. Very good. It's winters. You can understand that it is everyday problem in which you have to mix the hot and cold water in the right quantity. So you have understood the, yes, very good. Yes, hot and cold. And it is difficult to mix both of them at the same time because there are two taps. But there is also a solution in this picture. Can anyone find? Mixer is not there. It is too hot or too cold. Yes, very good. Try to look at the picture again and find a solution for this problem. Yes, very good. You fill the basin. You have a drain cap. When you use it, you can fill the basin and can come up with a optimal temperature water and can do your work. So what did we learn out of these examples? What did we learn? That design is secondary, but thinking is mandatory. Without design, you may solve a problem, but without thinking, you cannot. Design thinking approach lets you look for the solutions rather than problems. This is what we are going to do today. So let's solve the problem And we have built this design which can solve the problem of hot and cold water. We are thinking for a better solution and we can come up with this idea of having a mixture on the tap. Next is we have to use the tomato ketchup bottle. We have been using it for so long, but nobody thought that it is difficult to take out ketchup from such bottle. So, but someday someone thought about it, and yes, a design thinker was born, and now the ketchup bottle is easy to use and handy. Let's look at another problem. We will now understand the problem and try to solve it. It is a picture of women carrying water buckets and another utensils on their head in Ghana, which led to the neck injury problems, tiredness, time wastage, tedious, and it is boring task, and there is no happiness in this process. So, what we can do about it? Can anyone type in the chat and suggest a solution for this problem? What can we do? This type of problems are there in India also, where there is lack of water and lack of water bodies. So they have to move towards a closed bottle we can roll on ground. Very good. So this was a design solution given by some innovator. It was called a water roll, in which we can have the persons, we can have the ladies taking their water to their home with no tiredness, in less time consuming. It is easy, it is interesting, and it is a fun type exercise. So we have the problems and we have the solutions. That is why design is born. We can see the design evolution of a telephone from 1900s to 2000. We have seen the drastic change in the design of the telephone. As similarly, we can see in the design of a car, the design has changed and it is more user friendly. It is more comfortable and it is more efficient in all ways. So now let's understand how we can apply this idea to earn a profit. Whenever we have an idea, we create a service or product and then we aim to increase our profit. So this is the idea behind design thinking phases. Let's build the phases one by one. Now, idea is a term which led to the design. But idea is for what? Ideas are meant to solve problems. So we can write problem before idea. Problem is solved by idea, and then we can build a service or product, and then we can earn a profit. Now come to the problem. Whose problem do we want to solve? Obviously for the people. So we will add the people in the phases. Additionally, these peoples will not trust your idea or service without testing. So we have to test phase. We have to add a test phase in the design thinking process. What are we testing here? Before building a service or product, we have to build a prototype. So here comes the prototype before test. So the design thinking process has now become, we are problem solving. We are solving problems of people with an idea and generating a prototype and testing that prototype to provide a better service and a product to earn profit. So these are the phases of design thinking process. Now let's understand people and their problems. So for understanding the problems of people, we have to slip our toes in their shoes. That means we have to empathize with them. We will take a look at the empathize again in the coming slides, but first rebuild the phases of design thinking process in a more better way. To understand the problem, we have to define it. Idea is to be think upon, so we have to ideate it. Prototype is needed for a test, so next phase is prototyping. And the last phase is to test the product before we deliver the service or product to the end users. So in short, we can say that the design thinking process phases are more related to the human-centric design thinking and problem solving by understanding their needs using empathy, then defining the requirement in an understandable form. The next step is to discover an idea for solution and then developing a prototype to test and then deliver a product to make people happy and earn benefits. This is a diagram which shows the phases of design thinking. Let's take a closer look at these phases once again. What do you understand by the term empathy? The first stage of design thinking process is to gain an empathetic understanding of the problem you are trying to solve. This involves consulting experts to find out more about the area of concern through observing, engaging, and empathizing with people to understand their experiences and motivations, as well as immersing yourself in the physical environment so you can gain a deeper personal understanding of the issues involved. Empathy is crucial to a human centric design, such as design thinking, and empathy allows design thinkers to set aside their own assumptions about the world in order to gain insights into users and their needs. Depending on the time constraints, a substantial amount of information is gathered in this stage to use during the next stage and to develop the best possible understanding of the user. During the define stage, you put together the information you have created and gathered during the empathize stage. This is where you will analyze your observations and synthesize them in order to define the core problems that you and your team identified up to this point. To illustrate, instead of defining the problem as your own wish or need to the company, a need of the company, such as we can say that we have to increase the food market share among young teenage girls. So this can be redefined, and we can say in a more user-friendly way that teenage girls need to eat nutritious food in order to thrive, be healthy, and grow. So this is called the idea of a problem-solving method. During the third stage of the design thinking process, designers are ready to start generating ideas. You have grown to understand your users, their needs in the empathize stage, and you have analyzed and synthesized your observation in the design stage and ended up with a human-centered problem statement. With this solid background, you and your team members can start to think outside the box and can come up with an idea to solve the problems. Next phase is prototyping. In this phase, we have to build a prototype for the solution which we are going to provide to the users. The designers will now make the scaled models on which we can do the testing, and we can have the user experience also to improve the design. The next phase is testing, in which the prototype is tested and then we can involve with a better design. So we can say that design thinking is a non-linear process in which we move from one phase to another, and we can come back to that phase again and evolve the design, practice the design thinking approach, and learn for the new and upcoming ideas, and then build a design or a prototype for the end user. We can also say that design thinking tackles complex problems by emphasizing, that is, understanding the human needs involved, defining, that is, reframing and defining the problem in human centric ways, ideating, that is, creating many ideas in ideation sessions, prototyping, that is, adopting a hands on approach in prototyping, and testing, developing a prototype solution for the problem. Let's move on to the applications part, but first we will look at a small video. I hope you will all enjoy it. There is a woman who is trying to catch the apples. So this is our problem. Let's try to solve it. How to reach apples? Same questions. Now think for the solution. Gather the information and think for the solution. Identify, evaluate, and address. Generate ideas. How I can reach the apple tree? Is the idea appropriate, adaptable, or original? Let's try. Build a prototype and then we will test. Consider alternatives, and we have to evaluate each and every idea. What she is trying to do? She is trying to take the apples, but it damages the trees. Next idea is to use a ladder, but it is unstable. Next is a plucker. This is a good idea, but it squishes apples. We can use a vacuum cleaner, but it has a too strong suction. So what is our conclusion? It can be a combined approach. Let's build this in the prototype. So here is our new design of an apple extractor. Now we can present it to the community. So this is the process of design thinking. I hope you have enjoyed it. This is the flow by which we can solve the problems. I will now move on to the applications part. What we are going to discuss is applications of design thinking in blockchain. But first of all, we have to understand what blockchain is. According to a study by Parsons New School, 75% of the organizations self-report that they are engaged in design thinking. Though design thinking professionals and creative leaders in any vertical can stretch their minds, think out of the box, gather inspiration, and create innovative solutions. So, for these solutions, we have to learn some new technologies. We have to look at the dimensions in which we can explore. So, what does this term blockchain mean? Blockchain is generally a system of recording information in a way that makes it difficult or impossible to change, hack or cheat the system. A blockchain is essentially a digital ledger of transactions that is duplicated and distributed across the entire network of computer system on the blockchain. We can think of the blockchain as a ledger. In a physical world, it was used to be like a book used for accounting purposes that includes multiple entries of transactions that have already occurred or are pending in this book is now which is owned by a single person or a small group of people who makes the entries. But there is a problem with this old type of ledger book that it can be easily destroyed or it can be easily accessed and changed. That's why we need to have a more better solution. We can understand a blockchain as a digital version of such a ledger book, which is a way of documenting data on the internet with cryptography and DLT, that is distributed ledger technology. We have addressed the shortcomings of the physical book in terms of both security and scale, allowing a large number of transactions and users to access the timestamp to series of immutable data records. The chain is managed by a group of computers, not owned by a single entity. And each block of data in the chain is secured and bound to other using cryptographic principles. You must have understood the concept of blockchain till now so that we can say that blockchain is essentially just a database. It is something to build solutions on, not the solution itself. But blockchains have main concepts and features include the following, that is immutable and irreversible records. That means the data cannot be edited or corrupted. There are no intermediaries because there are no proxies, nothing is lost and in the translation and there are no extra costs. Blockchain are transparent. Anyone can see the ledger content, but no one can change it. The blockchains are consensus-based decision-making systems. No single person or entity is the source of truth. Not a single person owns the data. It is stored in distributed way and in a decentralized network. So there are three types of blockchain, that is public, permissioned and private. The public version is most well known and is awfully mistakenly understood as Bitcoin. However, the potential application of blockchain are manifold. Private blockchain within the confines of an enterprise are starting to take root and uncover values. Permissioned are shared types. Let's see an example of blockchain implementation that uses design thinking process. I hope you have already seen this picture in the Mindser sessions. It is called as the MetaMask. It is a blockchain wallet introduced as an add-on extension and supported by popular browsers like Firefox, Chrome, and Opera. MetaMask is a mobile app that tackles user design and usability issues by acting as a gateway to connect your browser to Ethereum blockchain. It gives user control over how they can safely store and exchange digital assets that are conveniently and quickly accessible via their web browsers. Let's take another example of implementing blockchain using design thinking in Dubai. Dubai has implemented a blockchain system, which is a citywide smart transformation initiative developed using a blockchain strategy to improve city services. It used blockchain as a tool to encourage improvement and a critical technology for achieving the goal of making Dubai the happiest place on earth. Has anyone ever visited Dubai? Put in the chat. Has anyone ever visited Dubai among the participants? If not, then it is okay. But if yes, then you have seen the smart gadgets and smart devices which are placed around the corners in the city. So let's move on further with the strategies that Smart Dubai project has. The main strategy is to increase the government efficiency and efficacy by transitioning from all applicable government transactions to the blockchain, prompting the development of the blockchain and promoting the development of blockchain industry and ecosystem in Dubai and adopting the ground floor position as a global leader in blockchain advancement. These initiatives can reduce administrative expenditure in Dubai by $1.5 billion annually. It was in the report published by the Smart Dubai project. There are some other examples like IBM, which has used its enterprise design thinking approach to make more profit and attract more customers to the new services like IBM Cloud, Pixie Tool, IBM Watson, which is an intelligent AI based system that can solve problems based on the big data. Another example we have is of Uber, which was founded in 2009 and faced a major loss in 2011, then built a design of user experience based system which lets the passengers rate the driver as well as transfer the fare to driver in a more secured way using a back-end blockchain method. This was a great improvement in the company's trust and belief by the end customers and the users of this service. Then in 2018, Uber reached a $1 billion virtual cash in e-wallets. Since then, we all know about it. Let's try to solve a problem in a real world using the method of the design thinkers that is called as why analysis. The why analysis is the key to design approach, and we ask why to evaluate the situation and then proceed to the solution design. Let's understand this concept. Here we all are mostly teachers in this MDP, and as I can see that 81 participants have joined with us, and I hope that every teacher has faced this kind of problem that students are turning up late in their classes. So we will discuss this together. You are free to post in the chat. What do you think? Why students are late in the class? Put your replies in the chat. I will take this presentation to a discussion point of view. Can anyone reply in the chat? I am looking at the chat. Why do you think that students are late in the class? No one is replying. I think all are busy. Because they are slow in the morning due to traffic, they woke up late. Yes, that is why. The main reason is they woke up late. It is written on the slide itself. You all can see. A very less replies from the participant. That means they are not attentive. They want to enjoy with their friends. Very good. A student is late because they woke up late. Now the next why question is why they woke up late. Why they woke up late? Because they slept late. They were watching movies. Very good. They woke up late. Why? Because they slept late. Why they slept late? Again a why question. Because they have too many deadlines of courses, or they have to submit an assignment in the class. That is why they were sleeping late, or maybe they were watching the movies or playing games at night, or maybe studying late at night. Very good. Exactly. So many deliverables. Yes, in student life, we have to come up with the assignments in the morning and we come to know in the night, and we have to do it by the morning. Then what we can do? We have to be awake whole night. That's why we turn up late in the class. So the why analysis has provided us as a view of why the students are turning up late, because they slept late. Why they are sleeping late? Because they have too many deadlines or they have too many assignments to submit. Now, what can be the solution of this problem? We can see the why analysis of this problem, that why did the student come up late in the class? Because they slept late. Why they slept late? Because they have so many deadlines, they have to work in the morning, they were late in the class. So what is the solution? We can have easy to submit procedure of the assignments, so that the students can submit at their own comfort and at their own decision. Or we can have some kind of discussions in the class rather than assignments. Yes, very good, complete their assignments timely, but they are not supposed to do it. They are not taught to do it. Making the deadlines a bit easy for them. Yes, very good exam solution. We can make the easy deadlines, or we can have the discussions in the class rather than written assignments. Another problem we have, now it's your turn to solve it. So there is a flight called ABC flights, and these flights are getting delayed. So our question is, first, why the flights are getting delayed? The problem is that passengers are arriving late at the entry gate. Why the passengers are arriving late at the entry gate? Because late announcements for vacant seats were made. And why the late announcements were made? Because seat metrics keep on changing till last minute. Why this seat matrix keeps on changing last minute? Because the passengers were requesting a window seat. And why these passengers were requesting a window seat? Because at the time of booking, there is no view of seat arrangement. As you can see, if you have booked a flight, you can choose your seats. If you want a window seat, then you can choose if it is available. But in this airline system, ABC Airlines, the system does not provide you the view of choosing the seats. So we have reached a problem, we have analyzed it, we have think upon it, and we have reached a key problem, that is the view of the booking window. The flights are getting delayed because of that. Now, what is our solution? Can anyone type in the chat to provide a solution? Any innovative answer is invited. Can anyone try? How we can change this scenario? Provide a seat option while booking a ticket. Very good. Provide a seating plan at the time of booking. Show seat arrangement at time of booking. Very good. This is the view of the aeroplane. We can provide a view to the users. We can provide a view to the customers who want to buy the ticket. and he or she can choose the seat according to his requirement. By this, providing the view, we can solve the passenger's problem of having a window seat. The seat matrix won't change. The flights will be on time. Announcements will be on time. Passengers will arrive on the time at entry gate, and flights will be not delayed. Flights will depart at the right time. So this was a problem and we have solved it using a design thinking approach. I hope you will enjoy this FDP and you will learn much more great points in the coming lectures. Here is my contact number as you can see below. Can anyone understand it? I will end my presentation here. No, no replies. Don't understand the contact number. That is what I am asking you. It is decoded. No, it is not decoded. It is an innovative way to write, not getting the number. Think, and solve. Yes, very good. As for alphabet number, got it. I will help you. See this conversion table which I have used. And here is my number. This is just a design thinking approach which you can use in any field, which you can use in any area to solve your problems. I hope you have enjoyed the presentation. I have kept it short so that we can have some more questions if you have. You are invited to ask your questions. Please unmute yourself or you can type the question in chat. Very good, very good. You can give your numbers like this from now on. I want to I will stop presenting first. I will turn on my video and I want to, we will have another discussion. Very good. Can we have some more faces?